Hello. After the hurricane, I had more people come up to me than I can ever recall thanking me that we opened schools back up as quick as we did. And we've got a great team that worked real hard. But I've also had a lot of people recently come up to me and say, thank you for creating BayLink for us because our family really needed something like that. And it fits perfectly what we want to do. But let me just be very candid with you about BayLink. BayLink is a great option for many of you, and we understand that. But it does require the parents to be very involved. The teacher obviously cannot be in your home with your child, and you're going to have to make sure your children do what they're supposed to do, whether they're an elementary student or whether they're a bigger student in middle school or high school. You've got to stay on top of them and make sure that they're doing what the teachers are asking them to do, and they're doing it when they're supposed to. The teachers cannot monitor your child individually and monitor all the other students they have individually. So it's extremely important that you become the teacher in your home. It's not quite as difficult or challenging as virtual school, and virtual school really puts the onus on the student and the parents to do it whenever they can. BayLink requires all students and parents to do it in the timeliness of when the teacher needs it done. So please make sure that you follow along with the links, that you pay attention to due dates, and you pay attention to the requirements the teachers are asking you to do, and I think it'll work out. Do we have all the answers? No. We don't even know all the questions yet, but we're going to get through this together, and I truly appreciate you listening to this and watching the video that's attached that deals with your age group. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rhonda Sumter, and I am the Instructional Specialist for Instructional Technology for Bay District Schools. This video will cover the following topics: how students will access Canvas and other online digital resources, how students will navigate Canvas, how students will submit assignments within Canvas, and how students will be able to use Google Meet to join live sessions in the classroom. Additionally, this video will cover how parents can use the Canvas Parent app to monitor and to be observers in their students' classrooms, and how to contact help. Prior to the start of school, schools and/or teachers will be sending out information or contacting all BayLink students to give them information regarding their BDS passwords, devices, and other important information needed to start school on August the 20th. Students attending brick and mortar will receive all their information the first day of school in their classes. Students access Canvas and other digital resources by logging in to BDS Launchpad. BDS Launchpad is a single sign-on platform that allows students to log in one time and then click a program's icon to have access. A shortcut to the BDS Launchpad screen can be found on the BDS website homepage. Go to www.bay.k12.fl.us, then scroll down from the homepage, and on the right, you will see the Launchpad image and shortcut. If you are on a mobile device, make sure you have downloaded the ClassLink Launchpad app. It's this one from the Google Play or the iOS store. Once you download that app, the school code would be Bay Schools. Click on the shortcut to Launchpad, and students will log in using their BDS username and BDS password. After they log in, students will see different icons on their Launchpad dashboard. The locks next to the icons and the keys mean that the district have pushed these out and that they are single sign-on. First, let's look at an elementary example. To access online textbooks and other resources associated to classes, students will click on the BDS backpack. Students will be able to see their schedules, teachers assigned to those classes, and any online programs associated with these classes. Teachers will give directions when students should be accessing these different online textbooks or programs. For example, if a teacher assigns something from the online science textbook, then the student can find the science course and simply click on the icon next to their science class. By clicking on that icon, students will be automatically logged into the program. The same process is true for secondary students. let's look at an example. In this example, the secondary student logged in with their BDS username and password. They click on their backpack, and secondary students too will see their classes and any online textbooks or digital resources associated with that class. Remember, not all classes have online digital resources or textbooks. Student backpacks will be available starting August the 19th. Now let's look at accessing Canvas. Once again, students will log into Launchpad and click on the Canvas icon. Students will see course cards on their Canvas dashboard. Both elementary and secondary students will see several course cards that match courses in focus. Some may have images that the teacher has added, and some course cards may simply just have colors. Teachers will be providing further directions on which ones to use and also how to hide any course cards students won't need. Now let's examine some of the features in this Canvas dashboard. First, let's look at the blue left sidebar. The first link is Account. This is simply the student's name and settings for the account for Canvas. The next blue link is the Dashboard. This simply is where the course cards will appear. So right here in the screen, we're looking at the dashboard. The next link is Courses. This simply gives a list of all the courses. And then if students click on all courses, they will see others that maybe aren't published, or perhaps they just haven't appeared on their dashboard because they unchecked the star. Checking the star to orange will make it appear on the dashboard. Unclicking it will hide it from the dashboard. The next part is the calendar. This is for the students' courses. Anything that has a due date that the teacher has assigned within Canvas will appear on the calendar. Students can click on that calendar assignment and Canvas will take them to that assignment. The inbox. This is the Canvas email. Teachers can send a message to the class or individual students. As messages appear, they will come over in the left-hand side and students can click to read them. Or if they need to compose a message, they can click on the Compose a New Message icon to send to their teacher. Parents that have the Canvas Parent app will be able to see any messages sent by the teacher of that course. The Parent app will be discussed in more detail later in this video. Then the last item I want to mention is the Help. This is where students can search the Canvas guides to find answers to common questions they may have, or they can click on the Ask Your Instructor a Question, which would send them a message. Now going back to the dashboard, on the right-hand side, there will be to-do list. This to-do list will include announcements that the teacher has made, and you can tell that it's an announcement because the icon looks like a megaphone. The student could click there to read the announcement. And then the icon that looks like the paper and pencil are different assignments that the teacher has added within a module. And this will also appear on the to-do list. It will show the due dates that each of these assignments will be due. Students can also click to be taken right to the assignments. Additionally, on the right-hand side, it will have any recent feedback. So if a teacher has given any type of feedback on certain assignments, then the student can click on that to see what the feedback was given. At the bottom, there will be a View Grades button. For any assigned task that the teachers give and have graded, then these will appear in the View Grades. While grades show in Canvas for student feedback and self-monitoring, Focus or Parent Portal is where the official grades of record reside. Now, from the dashboard, elementary students will start in the homeroom course card unless the teacher has communicated different directions. So we're going to click. Each teacher will have set up a home or a landing page, and each one will look a little bit differently. In this elementary example, the teacher has created a home page that includes subject area buttons. After a student clicks on a course, he or she will also see navigation items on the left. This is called the course navigation. For each grade level, this may also look slightly different since teachers can customize the course navigation for their classes. In this example, we see announcements, which was the same announcements from the to-do list. If I click, I will see any announcements. The most recent goes to the top. That was posted by the teacher. I see on this also grades. Once again, that will take me to any of the Canvas gradebook or graded assignments. I see modules. Modules are where the learning activities and directions are organized and accessed. Parents, once again, using the parent app, will be able to view the content in the modules. And then you have Google Meet. Google Meet link is the link that the teacher has set up for students to join live sessions. More information on the Google Meet coming later in this video. Remember that these are all customizable, and the teacher may have something titled differently other than Google Meet, maybe saying something like Classroom Live. Each teacher will communicate to his or her students which link will take them to the live session. Now, in this example, we're going to go back to the home, and we're going to look at the ELA. So when a student knows it's time to work on the ELA assignments, from this particular example, all they have to do is click on the ELA button, and it will take them to the assignments for ELA. The assignments and the content noticed are in modules, and they have headers. So I know that this is by week, August 20th and 21st. It also has day headers so that I'll know which things I need to do on Thursday and which items I may need to complete on Fridays. Now remember, this is just an example. Each teacher may organize their content in a module a little bit differently, but in this example, the modules are named by the weeks and the headers are also included in the day. As a student, I can click on the little drop-down arrow to collapse the module so it's not taking up as much space. And when I need to see the assignments, I can simply click on the drop-down arrow again to uncollapse them. If a teacher includes directions, for example, on accessing digital resources such as the online textbook, then students notice how that's already in their tabs. I'm on the module tab right now on Canvas, but if I need to go back to Launchpad to access something else, all I have to do is click and I'm right back there. If the students accidentally X'd out of this particular tab, they'll just need to log back into Launchpad if there are any directions or assignments within Canvas that ask them to go log into a different type of program. Now let's look at a secondary example. In the secondary example, we're going to go back to the Launchpad, click on the Canvas app. Notice in a secondary example, they will have course cards that match whatever their focus schedules are in their classes. And when I click on a particular course, and I'm going to go to Student View, notice that once again on the course navigation, students will see what the teacher has included in the course navigation. Again, this teacher has assignments, grades, module, and their Google Meet is called Google Meet for Class. Notice also there's not days listed in the headers. Instead, the modules are organized by topics. So in this example for the biology class, they have a safety module and they have a Unit 1 Nature of Science, which is approximately going to last for 4 weeks. Once again, teachers will provide directions on what items they need to be completed, and the due dates that they assign them to will help the students stay on task and track as to when things are going to be done. Schools and/or teachers will communicate to BayLink students to know what time each period starts, so they will know which course card they need to start with on August the 20th. There are several types of assignments a teacher may include in each module. Let's first look at a Cami assignment, and this is in the elementary example. I'm going to first of all look at the assignment called New Year, New Goals. When I click on this, the teacher has given some directions. It says, type in your goals for the year and then click Submit in the top right corner. Click on the link below if you're not sure how to use the Cami toolbar. One type of assignments that teachers may provide in Canvas is called Cami assignments. The reason we call it Cami assignments is because it uses a PDF annotator type tool called Cami. So in this particular assignment, the teacher has uploaded the PDF, which says what are 4 goals, and is asked to add text here. To add text, I'm going to go over and click on the text box. And when I click wherever I want it, and I can just start typing. Meet new friends. I can make this box bigger by just dragging it. I can make my text bigger by simply going up to the toolbar that looks very familiar, like word processing. I can also change the font style or to bold. I can color it differently. And once I'm done, I can actually move this box around to wherever I want the text to be. Notice on the Cami tools, we have a select, there's text to speech, there's markup tools. So example, if I wanted to do a box highlighter on this PDF worksheet, I could. I could also use the eraser to get rid of that. There's drawing tools, there's shape tools, there's comment tools. So all of these are available for the student to use in order to annotate or mark up this PDF. The one they'll probably start with the most is the text box. Once again, just click on the text box. They can make different font sizes from here, and all you have to do is click wherever you're going to type and then simply start typing in the box. And once again, highlighting it, you can use the same things to change the colors. You can change them to different colors that you like, and you can change the different font sizes as well. So I can make this bigger. And then you can move that around to wherever you need it to go. So that's an example of a Cami assignment. Once you've used the tools to annotate over the worksheet or PDF that the teacher has included, then in the right corner here it says submit. All the student has to do is click on the submit and it will be submitted back to the teacher. Let's look at another type of assignment. In this case, we're going to go back down to the secondary example, and I'm going to go back to that biology class. Another type of example might be a discussion. In this particular example, we have what's called a lab safety discussion. So I'm going to click, and as a student, I would read the directions, and the directions say, watch this video. So I would click and watch the video, and then click on the reply to answer the following question. What is the most important lab safety rule and why? So I would come down and I would click on the reply, and it would open up a box which looks very similar to Microsoft Word or other online tools, and I would simply type in my answer. I'm going to put wearing goggles to protect my eyes. That's the most important lab safety rule, I think. I can highlight just like we did before. I can make this bigger. I can bold it. I can change colors. And then once I'm done, I simply go down and I say post reply. So then it posts my reply. And then since this is a discussion, other students would also add their thoughts to it so that we as a class could have a discussion about it. Now, also notice that when they're doing assignments, there's a next button in the bottom right. So I don't always have to go as a student back up to modules. I could actually click on the next button to go to the next assignment. This next assignment is a different type. The question is, what do you know about the scientific method? And type in your own words in the rich content editor and click submit. So I'm going to go down and get in student view so you can see. And I'm going to click again on the scientific method in my own words. So this is another assignment. Notice there's not a box right away. In this one, I would have to click on the blue submit assignment first before the text box appears. Once again, it's that rich content editor text box. I would then type in my answer just directly into the box. What do I know about the scientific method? Not much yet, but hope to learn. I can then submit the assignment when I'm finished, and it goes directly to the teacher. So go back to the home. We're going to leave the student. There we go. So we've seen a Cami example of an assignment. We've seen a discussion. We've seen an example of a text. And now we're going to look at an example of a file upload. On this one, it's going to have where you're going to actually be submitting either a file, it could be a picture, or it could be a document. So here's the assignment. And in this example, the assignment is take a picture or find one online that demonstrates science and nature. Be ready to explain why you chose this image. You will need to save the image to your device and then upload to submit. So if a student is asked to upload something, then they would click on the submit assignment button first. Then they could choose the file upload. It could come from their Google Drive, or in this case, I'm going to choose a file from my computer. So I would simply take a quick screenshot or whatever I've done and found. I would say open that, and then I would simply click on submit assignment. So students can also use files to submit work or pictures if the teacher asks for that particular assignment. So then we're going to look at the last one from this particular example. We've seen a Cami example, we've seen a text response, we've seen a file submission, and we've seen a discussion. The last one mentioned in this particular video is a Google Cloud assignment. So we're going to look at what's called the Lab Safety Digital Breakout. In this one, it says breakout boxes are meant to encourage critical thinking. So it asks them, they can be challenging, and it tells them at the bottom that they're going to go here to this site. But once completed, submit the passcode that is given so you can submit your Google form. So the teacher has included a link to a Google assignment. Once the students complete and they do the instructions and get the code, then they're going to come and they're simply going to click on submit assignment and type in whatever answer or code that they received, and then they click submit. So once again, teachers will have to give directions to the different assignments, and there's a variety of different assignment types in Canvas, but teachers are going to take small steps and practice with the students. So don't worry about knowing how to do all of these at one time. Not only will students be completing assignments in Canvas, but they will be joining the teacher or classroom in live sessions using Google Meet. Teachers will send or post a schedule with times that students will need to join their live session. For the first days of school, this will be communicated to BayLink students prior to that first day on August the 20th, as mentioned at the beginning of the video. Google Meet is the tool that will be used to join the live sessions. Students will log into Launchpad, click on the Canvas icon, and then they're going to click on the correct course card. So I'm back in that elementary example in my ELA course, and teachers will either have a Google Meet set up in the navigation, or they might have the Google Meet information or link set up in a module. In this case, in this particular course, the teacher has it set up in the course navigation. At the appropriate time or times, students will just click on the Google Meet link and click on Join Meeting. Remember, it's important to use a device with a camera and microphone. If you are using a phone or a tablet, then you will need to have the Google Meet app downloaded on that device as well. So click on the Google Meet link. It'll ask to open in a new tab. Students then will have the option to come in muted. And then they click on Join Now. From here, this is where they will be able to join and see the participants in their class. They'll be able to use the chat feature, which is the little comment, to ask questions. And they'll be able to view on the screen the teacher and or other instruction going on if the teacher is presenting their screen. When they're ready to leave the meeting at the appropriate time, they need to click in the middle on the little phone looking icon to leave the call. Remember, this is the turn on the camera, and this is muting your mic. Students will need to practice Google Meet etiquette. I'm sure the teachers will share something similar to this. Here's just one example. Mute yourself. That's important. Everybody's talking at one time. It's hard to hear. Be on time. Turn on the video. Come prepared. Have whatever materials around you. Be still. Make sure you've got a comfortable place. Be respectful. Find a quiet place if it's too noisy or things going around. Raise your hand to talk, and the teacher will have some type of a signal that they'll be able to use. And don't just be eating or doing other things that's very distracting for the student to concentrate as well as others. Especially around your devices, you don't want food everywhere. So this is just a sample of Google Meet etiquette. Each teacher will be sharing their expectations and procedures with the students. The last thing to talk about is the parent app. Parents will need a pairing code in order to use the parent app. Your student has this pairing code in his or her Canvas account. After your student has logged into Canvas, simply have the student go to their account, click on Settings, and over here on the right it says Pair with Observer. Click on that, and whatever code is there, that's what you're going to need to complete your parent app submission. So make sure you have this code written down before you start downloading and setting up the parent app. Parent app directions will also be sent out to the schools as well, and the video to follow will show you how to use this pairing code to set up the parent app. Hello. In this recording, we're going to look at the Canvas Parent app and how to use it as a communication tool as well as being an observer in your students' Canvas courses. First, you'll need to go to your device's app store and download the Canvas Parent app. Notice this one on the screen is in the bottom right on the last row, and it says Canvas Parent, and it's the blue icon. We're going to click on that. Once we click, we're then going to be prompted to find our school. We're going to then start typing in the district name, Bay District. Notice that there will be 3 that pop up. Please choose the parent one. Once you choose that, you'll then be prompted to create an account if this is your first time using the app. So you'll click on the blue Create Account. From there, you will fill in the information, your name, your email that you will use for this account, a password, which needs to be at least 8 characters or longer, and a student pairing code. The pairing code can be retrieved from either the student's teacher, or you can have your child log into his or her Canvas account via Launchpad, and in their account settings, they can see what says a pairing code, and they can then share that code with you as the parent. Then click on the box you agree to the terms of use and acknowledge the privacy policy, and then you can start participating. Remember that this pairing code directs you as the parent directly to your student. Once you start participating, it will automatically take you to the app. So then you'll be able to say done. Since I've already created this particular, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to go ahead and just log in. Once you have created your account, you can keep the app open if you wish, and you won't have to go back and log in. But it's always a good idea to write down what you signed up for. So once you start participating, your student's name will appear at the top. Then you'll see any courses that your student is participating in using Canvas. When you click on a particular course, if this teacher has put up assignments and your child is active in that course, then you'll be able to see the assignments that are listed as long as any grades or feedback that's attached. Another feature on this course side is that down in the bottom right, you see the purple communication bar. You can actually use that as a comment or to send a message back to the teacher of that class. On the bottom right of your home screen on the parent app, notice there's a little bell that says alerts. Anytime the teacher makes an announcement to the class, it will show up here as an alert. You'll see numbers change as the number of alerts that come in, and from there you can click and any alerts will be in a thread throughout on the screen. So that's a great way for the teacher to be able to communicate to both students and parents. On the upper left-hand corner, you see the 3 lines. If you click here, another way to communicate would be through the inbox. When you click on inbox, if the teacher has sent a particular email to the class, then you will be able to see it here. And once again, down in the bottom right, you have a comment button where you can actually send a message back to the instructor of that course. If your child is in multiple courses, just choose the one that you want to send the message to. So Canvas Parent app allows you not only see coursework and assignments, potentially grades, but also it gives you the capability to stay informed of what's going on through alerts and through the inbox communication tool. So these are the directions for downloading and utilizing the Canvas Parent app. As we gear up for a great school year, just a quick reminder and a checklist for back to school on August 20th. Do I have a device? Do I know my BDS username and password? Have I tested the login for BDS Launchpad and Canvas? Remember, the icons for Canvas and the BDS backpack for students will appear on August 19th. Have I received directions or communication from my school or teacher, or maybe attended some type of orientation? And last, take a deep breath and relax. Things won't be perfect, but we will get there together. BayLink students who have technology issues or need help accessing Canvas or Launchpad can call 767-HELP starting August 18th, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.